Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't done one of these for a while. However, these right here will be some Future Shock thoughts. Future Shock 76 was last night at the Guildhall in Stockport. As I say, haven't done one of these, a standalone Future Shock review for quite some time, have I? So, I missed the last Future Shock show. I was at a wedding. My missus was the bridesmaid of honor. So I'm sat there going, so I've got to go to this wedding, haven't I? Yes. Like, there's no way I can get out of this. No. It's Future Shock that night. Doesn't matter. Like, one of those, right, okay. It's going to be like that, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, not been particularly high on Future Shock recently, is what I'll say. The last two shows I've attended on a 6-match card, I've enjoyed 2 of the matches, which means a third of the show I'm enjoying, and 2/3 of the show I'm sat there going, I'm not enjoying this. Not enjoying this. It's like the last Underground show I went to, for example, there was Drake Young versus Jack Gallagher, which was one hell of a match. It was Cyanide versus Zach Gibson, ladder match, hell of a match. Rest of the card, rubbish. And you just go, right, yay. You know? It's kind of like that. So, this show, you're thinking to yourself, it's Future Shock's 10th anniversary. Fuck off, battery low. Future Shock's 10th anniversary in a month's time. So you sat there and you're expecting this show to sort of fit all the pieces together for the show. Now, of course, the big selling point, I think, for the 10th anniversary show is an Ultimate X match. When they announced it, I was told about the Ultimate X match and went, oh wow, an Ultimate X match. And then they announced that it was I was told like 10 seconds later that it was a tag match, and it was like, oh cool, tag match. And then it was no, you're not listening. It's a 4-way tag X Division match, and it was just one of those instant my interest was on. Don't care. And then when they told me who's in it, even more, because of course it's Blackpool Bonds and the Models feuding again, and I'm so uninterested in that feud these days that it's one of those, right, okay, let's see how this one goes then. So yeah, the majority of the matches tonight are matches with the people who are in the Ultimate X. Okay, so James Drake losing to Dave Rain. It was the opening contest. Of course, Dave Rain is the tag team champions. Rain most of the offense in, took some big bumps as well. His missing the leg drop off the top rope has got to, in the way it jars your spine, it's got to hurt so much, you know. That's one of those. I think that's the wrestler versus non-wrestler mentality. You know, if I go up onto the top rope and like, right now, I'm going to jump off here and I'm going to miss deliberately, and you're just thinking to yourself, no, that's just daft. Anyway, thing about this, let me tell you about this one, is you sometimes forget. Do you know the old slogan of just because I don't do it doesn't mean I can't do it? Dave Rain was some really nice chain wrestling here. And it's like, you know, it's easy to forget, you know, especially nowadays, especially now in Future Shock and in PCW where he's a babyface now. And I mean, I don't know, a lot of the character's appeal has gone for me, personally, because I don't know. I went to GPW last week and Dave is in part of the cause, and Dave was a big, bad, serious heel, and I just went, I miss that so much nowadays, because this is not what I like. I don't like the hand slapping, I don't like the smiling, the jokes have gone. Oh no, there's still jokes there, he's still funny, but I don't know, it's like with the Models, right? And what I think it is that I like heels. I always like the bad guys. When heels turn, a lot of the time I just lose interest and just go, nah, don't care. You know, so the Models were my favourite tag team, and now they're just not. And I just go, I like both guys individually. I just don't like the tag. I don't like tag teams with a manager, for example, that are babyface. So Melanie Price doesn't do anything now. I mean, she comes out, she struts, and then she stands at ringside and leaves. You know, when the match is finished, because she doesn't interfere. Because she's got no reason to interfere, because she's not a heel. And so they need to get her, I keep saying they need to get her off, but no, it doesn't happen. So, because, you know, what would I know about booking a wrestling promotion at the end of the day? Why would anyone listen to me? Yeah, TKO getting the win for Dave Rain was a big surprise. I like that, it's a good move. Next, we had an interesting one, because it was an unannounced match. This was a 3-way match. This was Noah versus Dan Evans, coming out as his Mr. Muscle character that he does elsewhere, to Silence, which was a you know, and T-Bone, who seems to have transitioned from badass heel to, I don't know, he's a babyface by the looks of things, but you're not sure He's right. I've only noticed T-Bone as a babyface like 1 or 2 times. Like at PCW when I first went there, he was a babyface, and it was just one of those. That character doesn't work on that man. But now he's making you laugh, and he's still a badass, and he still does the Dragon Suplex. So of course I love the guy. So you go, not sure where this one's going. So you got these 3 men in the ring, and you're looking at around going, I don't know. This has the potential of being shite, doesn't it? Really. But it was very, very entertaining. It was, yeah, really like this one. I think this morning, the guy who plays Noah must have woken up. You can imagine it, can't you? He sort of wakes up, oh, that was a lovely sleep. And he thought, oh, the alarm's going off Monday morning. And then you can just imagine that he's gone to do that to pull the cover off him and sort of looked down and just gone, oh, Jesus. Because T-Bone chopped the living shit out of Noah. His whole upper body was completely red, and that I absolutely love. Draping DDT getting the win for T-Bone. Axel Rage defeating Sona Durson. This was an interesting one because it was advertised as Axel Rage versus Joey Hayes. And Joey Hayes didn't come out. And there was no announcement to say, look, Joey Hayes is ill. Joey Hayes can't be here. Joey Hayes, anything like that. So you start going, why is this happening? Sona Durson's not in the Ultimate X. So why is this? It just is. Match didn't do anything for me to roll up with the tights, gets the win. And then Danny Hope defeating Don Micho. Match was alright. These two are both in the Ultimate X, so that kind of makes sense. Danny Hope winning with a people's elbow just made me cringe. And I went outside at that point to get some fresh air, just going, ugh. The people's elbow, man. Biggest rock fan you'll ever meet. Thought the people's elbow was bullshit. That's not a move you want to rip off. Because Danny Hope now does the whole he does the Hulk Hogan finish. He does the you and all that, and it's really entertaining. But the people's, oh man, that was one of those. No. Ryan Hendrix defeating Nordic Warrior. Not a surprisingly good match, but it was a real. I wouldn't say surprisingly good. It shouldn't be a surprise at all. A really good match. This one. I have said it many times privately. I'll now say for the first time publicly. It is my genuine belief that Ryan Hendrix is the chosen one at Futureshock. The guy. He's in the Randy Orton position of the Uprising group. You've got Xander Cooper, the leader, of course, who's Triple H. You've got, well, you haven't got a veteran, that's the thing, you've got a woman instead, but you've got Don Micho, the powerhouse, that's Batista. You've got Danielle Hunter, who's Ric Flair. I don't know how that one works. That part doesn't work in this little analogy, let's put it that way. And then you've got Ryan Hendrix, who is Randy Orton. So my prediction would be that by the end of 2015, I think Ryan Hendrix will be the Futureshock champion. I'm quite sure of that. Anyway, yeah, this match was really good because Ryan worked the leg of the Nordic Warrior. Nordic Warrior sold it beautifully. And then in one of those lovely finishes, Ryan not only gets Nordic Warrior's helmet, right, and whacks Nordic Warrior while the referee's distracted onto the leg, which is, someone like me is just going to go, oh yeah, but also then does a roll up with his feet on the ropes just to make sure that he gets the win. We like that one. We like that one a lot. Next up, open challenge, Lana Austin, mystery opponent, winner, number 1 contender at the 10th anniversary show to Danny Hunter's Women's Championship. Now, one of the things I've been critical about Futureshock recently is the lack of women in the company. I'm not a massive women's wrestling fan, as you all know, but I don't see the point in having a women's championship if there's only 2 women in the company. Does that make sense? Because you've got Danny Hunter and you've got Lana Austin, and at this moment in time, as far as I'm aware, that's your lot. So I don't see the point. It's one of those, look, while this is the case, if it was me, I'd retire the belt. So when they announced that there was going to be a mystery opponent, it was one of those, right, there is a chance right here to inject some fresh blood into this feud, and or just a fresh woman into the company. So you can probably imagine how my heart dropped when April Davids' music hit. So it's one of those, ugh. Alright, first things first, I thought April Davids had retired. I genuinely did. I thought, because she hasn't been seen in Futureshock for the best part of a year, she she was stripped of the championship for not defending it. There is a little bit of, because Danny Hunter attacked April Davids on April Davids' last appearance in a Future Shock ring. Okay, so Gary, that makes sense. We'll give you that one. That one does make sense. But I don't know. I thought she'd retired. I thought she fucked off. There was because the reason for this is because a PCW show I went to recently, she dropped the PCW Cruiserweight Championship to Bubblegum, and on that night I was told by quite an authoritative person apparently that I wish I could remember who that was. I would honestly name them, shame them right now. Yeah, but they said this is April's last night in business. After this, she's done. So it's one of those. Yes, when April came out, it's like just one of those. I just thought in my mind it was one of those wasted opportunities because I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that maybe they're bringing April in for the 10th anniversary show. Right. Anyway, the point is, right, the match goes on. It's all right. April working on some beautiful submission moves. I mean, really pretty things. And then Danny Hunter comes out, and she basically looks at both girls one at a time, and she's like, it's like in her mind she can't decide who to hit. She'll hit you, she'll hit you, and then she does what any good heel would do and whacks the referee, which is brilliant. And then she leaves, and she's by the entrance, and she's got her belt, and she's looking all smug. And then this is one of those things that in wrestling, I bet no one else in the room gave a shit, but me, being a nitpicky bastard, just went, oh, for God's sake, come on. Really? Because the ring announcer announced, right, the referee has called a double disqualification and made it a triple threat match at the 10th anniversary show. And I just went, I've been watching wrestling my entire life. I didn't know referees had that much power. How could the referee make that match? That was weird. So, three-way match at the 10th anniversary show. And then in the main event, Jack Gallagher and Zach Gibson, that's not confusing, the Zach and Jack attack, defeating Xander Cooper and Cyanide in a good match. This was a good match. This could have been such a better match in my opinion. I'm not going to take anything away from the match. It's just something happened at the end of the show that in my opinion would have made this match better if it had happened before the match. Right, so let's fast forward a little bit. After the match, Xander Cooper gets on the mic. He says, right, that plan A hasn't worked, but plan B will. Because at the 10th anniversary show, you two are facing each other, so Zach and Jack. And you just go, oh, that could be an interesting match. Because it's meant to be Zach Gibson defending the Futureshock Championship against Michael Elgin, who of course is the Ring of Honor champion. And for some reason, as far as I can know, Michael Elgin had to pull out of like this entire time that he's meant to be coming to England. So he's off the PCW show that I was really looking forward to seeing him versus Travis. He's meant to be doing this star power training as far as I know. Guess that's not happening now. And he's meant to be facing Gibson, like I say, at Futureshock. And you just go, right, so none of those are happening. So and the reason I say that I think this match could have been better is if they'd done that little bit before the match, there would have been tension between Gibson and Gallagher throughout the match, and I think that would have told a better story. Because what I'll say is up until there was a big brawl in the middle of this, and up until that point, I'd say this was a good Futureshock main event. Both babyfaces having long base in peril segments, and big spots and all that jazz, and it was nice. It was a good match. It wasn't the "This is awesome" chant that seems to go up at every fucking Futureshock show nowadays that really gets on my wick. If it's a 5-star match, chant "This is awesome." If it's anything below, don't start chanting "This is awesome" 2 minutes into a match, because that's physically impossible. Also, don't go to wrestling shows and get drunk and start trying to get yourself over. Like those 3 guys at the back of the show last night, really getting on my nerves. Like, we want tables during Danny Hope versus Don Micho. We want tables. Fuck off. You're not going to get them, so why? Oh, stupid. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Big brawl. Like, all the X Division participants, other than Joey Hayes, came out and brawled. Huge brawl. And yeah, then like the sequence of the show where the 2 babyfaces do, you've got 3 brawls going on outside, and so the babyfaces do suicide dives onto all 3 of them. That was a great looking spot. And then finished off with what was it? Jack does a drop kick while Zach has got Cooper in his liver driver position, which is an inverted brainbuster. So he comes off the ropes, kicks him in the face as he goes down. That looked great. And then, like I say, Cooper gets on the mic and makes it Jack versus Zach at the 10th anniversary show. And you just go, wow, now Cooper can make matches as well. So, basically, do you know what I think I'm trying to say? As much as I don't like it, I think they're just the most generic thing ever. I really think this company needs a fucking authority figure. It's already got one, though. That's the thing. They've got Damian Smith sat there at the doors. And you go, right, you make the match. No, Xander's making the match. Or the referees are making the match. And you just go... One of the things I've always loved about this company is its logic. Logical, everything's logical, makes sense, but that doesn't. Referee making the match doesn't make sense. You know? So I enjoyed 4 of the matches on the show. So that's a much improvement for me. So yeah, I can say I enjoyed this. I just came away. It's like when I went to GPW last week. I came away going, baffling booking in time. So yeah, that was that. There was also they announced that there's a battle royal at the 10th anniversary show. Winner gets, let me get this right. The winner is a wild card entrant into the trophy tournament that they do every year. Now that would of course suggest to me that the trophy tournament the brackets are already filled. So I mean, it's one of those, right? If you get to be in this trophy tournament by winning the battle royal, what do the people who are already in the trophy tournament but didn't win the battle royal, what did they do to get into the match? I think too much, I think is the case. So yeah, I had a good time. It was really good to chill with the boys, because I haven't seen the boys for a while. I'll tell you something though, I mean, the 10th anniversary show has got stiff competition for me, because the PCW 3rd anniversary show is on the 1st of August. I'm already going to that. I have no say in that. This is one of the things about having a crew that's really, really big, right? Who is then split down the middle. The ones who do want to go to Futureshock and the ones who don't. And the ones who don't want to go to Futureshock have fallen head over heels, giddily in love with PCW, right? So having not going to PCW this year, all of them just want, like, which one do you want to go to? The 10th anniversary or the 1st anniversary? And the 3rd anniversary. And it's like a direct split down the middle between the crew, and I'm sat in the middle going, oh, I can't afford them both. I can only do one or the other. And then, just to throw things up, fucking Fight Club Pro have got a show in between the 2 shows. It's like, right, well, we're going to that one as well. We'll find the money for that one. So yeah, it's the 3rd, at the moment, it's the 10th anniversary show that's not being gone to, because the card just doesn't do it for me. You know, that's the truth. I'm just being honest with you guys. Ultimate X doesn't do it. I don't want the models in there. I don't want the Bond man. If you put Roddick Warrior and Dave Rain versus the Uprising guys in there, I would be a lot more interested. I think there'll be too many men in this match. Okay? Yeah, Jack and Zach, Babyface versus Babyface, don't like. And yeah, 3-way women's match doesn't interest me. And the Battle Royal doesn't interest me. So you just go, right, a whole card of stuff that doesn't interest me. Why are we going to this one again? You know, if I'm there, it's because I've been talked into it, let's put it that way, by my friends. So yeah, that was the show, and that's how I feel about Futureshock at the moment. I haven't done a review for basically the reason that I'm telling you now. I've put off this review for a long time, because I thought to myself, I've always been scared. I didn't want to create conflict, I didn't want people to be getting heat on me or whatever. But I decided a couple of days ago, fuck it. If you don't like what I've got to say, don't watch. Hey! Okay, so that's been my Futureshock thoughts. My next vid will be a WCW Bash at the Beach 1998 review. Hope you enjoyed this one. Take it easy, and I'll see you all soon.